I am here at Dryden Street Social with Murray.
Hey man.
How's it going?
Yeah, good man.
Lead singer of Easy Life. You're living it up on tour now.
Yeah, man.
Going well?
Yeah, man. With so this is like day 8 of the tour, I think. It's been good, man. It's been real good.
You were in London last night?
Yeah, like last night was mad, to be honest. You said you had a bit of a messy one. Like, I hope ours was messier. Like, it's a weird one playing in London because you get a lot of like the industry people down and like people in London. Like, mad respect to everyone in London as well. Like, no disrespect intended, but like the London crowd is different to especially like the northern crowds, like in Manchester and Leeds, etc., etc. But like, I don't know which one I prefer. It's just a different atmosphere. But last night, like, London seemed to just have the maddest vibe, man. Like, the venue was wicked. Like, everyone there was dope. Like, people were. Yeah, it was honestly like one of the best shows.
One of the best ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to London.
Every time.
So in a lot of your shows, you go into the crowd, didn't you?
Like, yeah, man. Yeah, sometimes only when it feels good. Like.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've seen you like on. Was it in Nottingham when you were on the bar?
Manchester.
Yeah.
Do you know what that was? It was like they literally put the bar like. Do you know you've seen those stages? Like, I can only dream of a stage like this where it's like a stage and then there's like a thing that goes into the crowd. It was like that. It was the bar was like literally came right up to the stage. I was like, this is my moment, man.
Yeah, you had to.
I was living the dream for about maybe like 30 seconds up on that bar.
Class, mate. So you boys are from Leicester, aren't you? So is this going to be a special show for you? Does it make it?
Yeah, I mean, like, Nottingham was also really special because a couple of us are from, like, based in Nottingham. But, yeah, like, Leicester, so good, man. So good to, like, come back home and, like, loads of family and friends and all that kind of vibe. It's definitely a different vibe to usual because we have a couple, like, heads in each city that come down and, like, friends and stuff. But usually we don't know a lot of the audience, like you wouldn't. But, like, tonight there's like, I think my mum's coming, my dad's coming, maybe my sister might even show up. Like, heaven forbid my grandma turns up. Like, who knows, man? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, coming back to Leicester's always like super funny.
Yeah. So your most recent song, Nightmares, me and my mates are quite a fan of it. Absolutely love it.
For real?
Yeah, but we so.
Nice one, man. I appreciate that, man.
One question that they wanted to ask was, what's it actually about? Obviously the title is Nightmares, and the main line we're not allowed to say because of Ofcom.
Yeah.
But what's it all about? Give us a little lowdown of that.
Like, I don't want to get like super deep too quickly, but like we don't want to take ourselves too seriously either. But like, in terms of the idea of like not being able to sleep and having like bad dreams is very ostensibly that's what it's about, but like I hope it's a lot deeper than that. You can take what you want from it, but like it's just about having a bad time and but not, perhaps it doesn't really matter anyway. Do you know what I mean? Just sort of that like nonchalant attitude that you can take with problems if you sort of, I don't know, it's like it can be about anything. And like the video, like we wanted to explore like its sort of deeper meanings with references to like the NHS and all of those kind of mental health issues and all of that. But like I don't want to go mad deep, do you know what I mean? But like take what you want from it. It is what it is.
The video is it's like it's not creepy, but it's like a bit daunting, isn't it? It's how was filming that? I guess you had to be pushed through the hospital ward, did you?
Right. So we had we did it in Guy's Hospital in London, and we just set up like this rig. It was like maybe, I don't know, like 30 meters or what have you, and like we just go up and down on it all day. But like credit like goes to Greg, the director, who came up with the concept, like the visuals, like everything. Mad props to him, man. Like we can't take any credit for that because like he held it down from the start with that whole like artistic direction.
Sick. But, so it's getting the Nightmares, your song, it's getting quite a reference. I saw Emma Thompson. She said the main line.
You know what? That's funny. Like,
that's mad. How did that come about?
Yeah. Oh man. That's so funny that you've asked me that. Yeah. She was in Buckingham Palace when she shot that thing.
Yeah,
basically, like we know her daughter,
right,
so it's nothing like Emma.
I thought it was just out of the blue. Like,
no, you know what? I wish.
Names,
that's a good question as well, because I shouldn't really be like giving this information over to the public. It's just Emma Thompson loves our stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it. She's
no, we
fan.
do have a. Yeah, we know her daughter very well.
Oh, nice. That was when I saw it. I couldn't believe it. Just become a dame. And
you know what? It was such a funny video because I was getting. Whatever we've done previously, no one ever messaged me anything, and then we put that on Twitter, and I get everyone calling out the woodwork like, "How do you know Emma Thompson?" Like, "Oh my God, Emma Thompson, this and that." I'm like, big up Emma Thompson every time, but like, come on, like, pay attention to like my everyday life when I put a picture of a sandwich on Facebook. No one cares. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, getting back to you then and the music, you've got a few singles, but is there? I don't know if you can give anything away, but is there going to be an album for you guys coming out? Do you have a date for that, or? Well, is there going to be?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be an album coming. Like, that feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
In terms of when it is, like, no idea. Like, nobody. I'm not just being like super secretive either. Like, genuinely no idea.
Finish the tour first.
Yeah, and like after that, we're releasing a project called Temporary Love, which is like 2 songs. Conceptually tied together, but in 2 different directions. So like in terms of like it's a little bit aloof, but stay with it. It's like 2 like I know it's really weird, man, but it's like just 2 parts of the same thing, and it's just some songs. We're gonna put them out, but yeah.
Nice, excited for that. Very excited.
Yeah, man.
You are. As a genre, I bet you get this all the time, and I bet you're really annoyed about it.
No,
so I'm not
go
ask you
for
what
it, Joe.
genre
No,
is.
do it.
But you are. I've seen it on your Instagram and loads of stuff. You listen to quite an array of music, and that shines through in you as a band. Who do you say inspires you? Who do you look at and?
No, man, that's a good question, man, for real. Yeah, like you said, we as a band, like the 5 of us, and also our producer. We all listen to lots of different music.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I think we sort of arrive at the sound that we do. In terms of, I won't really be able to name drop specific like inspirations, just because like the spectrum is quite broad given like everybody's like tastes. Personally, I listen to a lot of American hip hop and just hip hop in general, old school, new stuff coming, R&B, soul, that kind of thing. But some of the lads are like big into reggae, like lots of disco and funk, techno. We all like to party to, all that stuff, man.
Everything.
Like, I think, to be honest, like as long as your eyes are open and to concepts, not just in music, just in life and all that kind of deep philosophical, like astrology stuff. Like if you're willing to accept like things, then things are good and they can inspire you. So we take inspiration from just about everything, man.
That's it. You heard it here first. Life advice from Murray. Easy life.
I know, man. I've got a habit of getting so
like
philosophical.
Yeah, I like it.
Honestly, you don't want to be trapped in a room with me, and you've literally you've done that to yourself. Well, here we are, man. Honestly, I'm a sucker for it.
There we go. So obviously you get.
Honestly.
You guys are all obviously really good mates, and you've got what seems to be a banging team around you as well. You all get along, and you're all mates. You must have some crazy stories, obviously, radio friendly.
Yeah.
But what's the maddest thing that's happened on tour so far? I want to know, mate. Honestly, because you look like a bunch of fun guys.
None of the maddest things are radio friendly, and like, if they were, like, we wouldn't, like, who are we trying to what's even happened?
Is there any like fans, or like has there been anything crazy that hasn't happened to you before? Yeah,
do you know what? On this tour, there's been a lot of firsts. To be fair, like, especially like this is the first time we've taken the show on the road, like we've done this time, and playing songs that we've never played before, and there's like people. This is probably the first time that like people like want to come and like talk to us afterwards, and people like yourself want to come talk to us. Like people haven't wanted to speak to us before. So that's cool. This feels like really super weird.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, especially given that you're from Leicester, because like we could definitely just bump into each other in a pub, and like I hope the conversation is more two-way than it's just me talking about myself. Then,
I can imagine.
But like these are all firsts, man. These are all weird times.
Is it sinking in now?
It just is what it is. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's cool.
You're running with it.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
it's
nice.
vibes.
So, a lot of our listeners are going to be students from university and stuff like that.
Yes, Leicester.
And you're from Leicester.
LC to the world,
Yeah.
man, every time.
Exactly. So, what I want to know is, where
Yeah.
does Easy Life go for a drink? Where would you go?
Oh,
out?
yes, then
anywhere
Leicester,
in
listen in, good
Yeah.
for the drink advice.
Sort of
Yeah,
bars.
like, if we're drinking in Leicester, it's this one specific pub as well.
Yeah.
I can't even,
No,
like,
it's alright.
my
Well-
memory is terrible. But, like, yeah, Queen's Road's a good vibe, but do you know the Lansdowne
Yeah.
on London Road? Yeah,
Yeah.
we go there too.
Nice.
That's good for a pint.
That's
Good
it.
pint of Guinness in there, actually. In
Yeah.
fact, that is a good place for a Guinness every time. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously, like, you want to get mash up, basement every time. I don't
Yeah,
need to tell you
always
that. Like, it's
basement's
always been
the place to
basement. Exactly.
Talking about sinking in, actually becoming like a famous band, I guess you could say. Song on FIFA.
Not even.
Yeah, you are, bub.
You're gas.
Song on
not
FIFA.
not.
Come on, that's got. You can't. No one can say, "Oh yeah, I've got a song on FIFA."
Yeah, you know what? That is the best thing that's ever happened to anyone, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, that is honestly like
Shout out to all
too
the
gas.
FIFA
Yes,
players.
FIFA every time. You know what? Like, when we got that sync and it came through, like that was nuts, because like our manager or whatever like calls us up like, you're doing this, doing that, and it's like, oh, that's sick, that's amazing. But
Yeah.
that was honestly like, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Sorry,
It's
sorry.
alright, no worries.
Forgive me.
Yeah, I bet that was quite.
Yeah, it was mad,
Humbling.
and like, definitely because
Yeah.
we used to play FIFA. I remember FIFA '98. I remember FIFA 2004 specifically. I've played FIFA. You play FIFA,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah. Everyone does.
every lad ever has played FIFA.
Yeah.
I'm still playing FIFA. I love
Yeah.
FIFA, and the fact that like sometimes when me and my producer play FIFA, like
Your song
sometimes
comes
our
on.
song comes on and we just look at each other like proper smug, like.
Surreal.
And he obliterates me every time. Like, I'm so bad at FIFA.
Don't admit to that, mate.
No, but it's so peak because I was coming at him with like, yeah, I'm gas at FIFA, and in certain circles that I'm moving, like,
Yeah.
I'm actually alright at
Yeah.
FIFA. I turn up to his house, play FIFA, and it's like, nah. Honestly.
Mate, that is not
Yeah.
good. You need
I'm
to practice.
Champions League,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Champions League. That's it. Well, my last question for you, Murray, is
Yeah.
what are you most looking forward to? Obviously, you've got the end of the tour coming up. Is it Bristol and Oxford? I think you got
Man,
next.
you've done your homework. I like
Always.
this.
Um,
This is humbling, honestly. Yeah, good.
so, what are you most looking forward to? Are you looking forward to relaxing after the tour, or are you?
Yeah, like, well, to be honest, like, I haven't been able to get in the studio much
Yeah.
recently because I've been on road. So, like, I'm looking forward to getting back to the studio, just
Yeah.
making some beats and just being normal again,
Yeah.
because this is all a bit weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, just doing stuff like that.
That's it.
And then next year's gonna be cool, man. Like, I'm well excited for next year. We've got some
Yeah.
like crazy aspirations, you know.
I'm very excited to hear it, and I'm sure all our listeners are as well.
Nice,
Murray, it's been
man.
an absolute
Honestly,
pleasure, mate.
Joe, respect, man. Every
No
time.
worries.
This has been fun.
So,